All right, Professor Rico. Here we go. Video Journal Week 6. You put a lot of pressure on us this week to make this our best video. Not sure that's going to be the case for me, but I will certainly try. I wanted to revisit the topic from Chapter 12, the psychodynamic approach to leadership. Kind of an odd chapter, but I did find some value in the leadership questionnaire at the end of the chapter, where they have you look at 8 different leadership styles. And at first I thought I was going to have to pick just one that applied to me, but in the end there ended up being 3 out of the 8. So I kind of wanted to hopefully quickly, go through those. The first one being the strategist. The strategist, it says they like new developments in organizations. They do a lot of outside of the box thinking. They focus on the big picture, but they tend to ignore the details. And I honestly do not think I am a strategist because I am more of a creature of habit. I'm not very creative, and I focus on not necessarily the bigger picture, but the small picture, small tasks. I love the details, and so I don't think I'm a strategist. The change catalyst likes to spearhead re-engineering and transformation within a firm. Um, they quickly get bored in stable environments. That's not me. I like stability. They really need immediate results, and that's also not me. I don't have an issue with working hard and waiting for results. Um, they can be poor at communication. I like to think I'm pretty good at communicating. And again, I'm reluctant to change. So as far as the re-engineering and the transformation, I don't think I'm a change catalyst. The next one was the transactor. Um, they like to make deals, and they are hard to read. So it's somebody with a good poker face, and that's not me. Um, People usually tell me all the time that I'm really easy to read, so I guess that's not me. High risk tolerance, again, not me. I'm not a risk taker. They like new challenges and new adventures, and that's not necessarily me either. They are persuasive, which I like to think I'm somewhat persuasive, but they are poor at the details. And again, I'm more detail oriented. So although I like to think I'm persuasive, for the most part, not a transactor either. So we're 3 for 3 here. The fourth one is the builder. I do think I would be considered a builder. They like to be independent. They have a need for control. They are very energetic and driven and very single-minded, very focused, very creative. And I think that I'm all of those things. So I guess out of the 8, that's the first one. I'd be considered a builder. The innovator is extremely curious. If you remember my Let Me Tell You a Story, the person who's the most curious in my family, that was my grandma Loretta. She was the one that had to learn how everything worked, and it's not really me, that was her. Um, they don't do things just because that's the way they've always been done, but that tends to be me. I unfortunately don't necessarily always question things. I just kind of do them because, like I just said, because that's the way it's always been done. And they tend to be introverts. And as my personality test showed, I am 100% extrovert. So I guess that's not me. Um, Poor social sensors. I like to think I'm pretty good at reading other people. People tell me that all the time, that I'm really good at interacting with others and reading people's emotions. So I would say that I'm probably not an innovator. Um, they also, it says they tend to forget the financial aspect of different projects, and being an accountant, that's like my main focus. So for all those different reasons, I am not an innovator. Then there's the processor. The processor likes to create order out of disorder. Yes, they are good at creating systems and structure. I love structure. They are good at time management. I shared with you last week that my mother and I have that saying before we hang up the phone, is be productive. Well, I have another saying, and that saying is nothing makes me more productive than the last minute. And that is so true. I am always trying to accomplish the world in every second that I have in every day. So I think I'm really good at time management. They're also reliable, efficient. They keep a cool head in stressful situations. They have a positive attitude. They are committed corporate citizens. So yes, yes, yes to all those things. And they have a need for control and tend to be a little stubborn. And as I said last week in my video about my grandma Betty, I earned the nickname, rightfully so, of B3 or Betty 3 because I tend to be a little bit stubborn, just a little bit sometimes. Um, so I guess I'm a processor, and they lack imagination, flexibility, and spontaneity. And that doesn't sound like a good thing, but unfortunately, I think that is true about me. So, yes, 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 I am a processor for sure. A coach. The coach is empathetic. They are a good listener. They have high emotional intelligence, as I said earlier. I do believe that is me. Very positive, constructive outlook on life. They inspire confidence and trust in other people. They're good communicators, good motivators. Obviously, they're coaches, right? Um, and the one thing about coaches, their downfall, I guess, is sometimes they can be so emotionally involved with the people that, their followers, if you will, that they have a tough time um, kind of separating the emotions, or if they have to reprimand somebody or fire somebody, they struggle with that because of all the emotions involved. And that's definitely me. That's something that I struggle with. And I've always said if I had to fire people for a living, I would quit my job because I don't think I can do that. I get too emotionally tied to people. But overall, I think that I would be considered a coach. Um, the communicator, the last one, the eighth one, the communicator. When I read that description, I was picturing a politician because it said they inspire people at all levels. However, they tend to operate on the surface. They don't necessarily always deliver and do the things that they say they're going to do, and they're kind of like smooth talkers. So, like I said, kind of sounds like a politician. That's not me. So, not a communicator. So, out of all eight, I'm a builder, a processor, and a coach. Um, and as the book said, it's important to know about all these different personalities or leadership traits because it does, in order to build an effective or the ideal team, leadership team, you need to have a little bit of everything. And so it's important for me, or what I got out of this is it's important for me to know which ones I am, but also to know that it takes a little bit of everybody. So ironically, as I read these, all the ones that I said no to, I would probably say yes to for my husband. Him and I tend to be opposites on a lot of these things. Not that he doesn't have the things that I have as far as the builder, the processor, and the coach, but he has some of the other ones that I would hands down say no to. So um, apparently we would make a good team, at least when it comes to leadership. So how does this apply going forward for me? Just again, it's important for me to know, just like all these chapters, which one is applicable to me, and then also which ones I'm, I guess, lacking or where my weakness is, so that going forward I know how important it is to interact with others on teams and to know what their strengths are so that we can work together effectively as a team. And so, where are we at here? 9 minutes. I'm finally going to do this in under 12 minutes. I just wanted you to know, as I wrap up my final video, that I was not looking forward to doing these videos. When I first read about it in your first email before the semester started, I thought it was a ridiculous idea, and I was actually kind of mad at you. But in hindsight, I have actually very much enjoyed these. I've been sharing these videos with friends and family, and obviously I'm going to use it to wrap up my final paper for the class. But I actually have enjoyed this process, and I do think I will use video journals going forward. So there you have it. You win. You got exactly what you wanted. Um, so, yeah. You're not getting rid of me too soon though, because you will see me in the fall for global competitiveness. So goodbye for now.